Hello, you reached Manesh Patel from the EII Capital Group. Today is March 4th, 2012. Welcome to our Ichimoku weekly analysis for global markets, where we cover everything from North America to Europe to, and South America to Europe to pretty much Asia. Here's our normal disclaimer. This is for education use. We're not soliciting you to buy or sell any particular instrument. If you decide to do so, you're doing that at your own risk. All charts you're going to see are from Thinkorswim from TD Ameritrade, TradeStation, or Telechart 2000 from Ward Brothers. Here are my contact details, which is mpatel@eiicapital.com. You could access any of our free videos, learn more about Ichimoku, or even access our email module, which gives you 2 time frame or higher opportunities on ichimokutrade.com. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is look at our email module. Each row in here represents 2 time frame buy or sell scenario. If you look here, Israel basically here is in the sell opportunity, and also Spain. Look at Spain is in multiple time frames from lower to higher for selling opportunities. If you look here on the buying side, Mexico seems to be the strongest. So definitely look at looking at Spain for selling and Mexico for basically buying. If you look at the sectors, right now, not much as far as the bullish concern for the higher time frames. You got electricity that looks like electricity and equipment and so forth. Looks like sectors to basically be bearish on right now, moving forward. And then let's go look at the Dow 30. Oops, past it. You got opportunities possibly on the daily time frame for Procter & Gamble. For DuPont, as far as bullish is concerned, DuPont's there for multiple time frames, so definitely look at that one. And then if you look at GE, as far as a selling opportunity on a 4-hour moving forward, so definitely look at GE as far as selling opportunities for the Dow 30 moving forward. Okay. So let's go through and let's start going through all the different countries out there, see where we stand, and go from there. We've always started off with the DAX, the German DAX. If you look at it here, we've basically broken through this resistance level here, moving forward. Looks like we're trying to get to this resistance level now, which is at 7,072. But again, this thing has been going on for a very, very long time. It's way, way overextended. It definitely needs to pull back. If it could pull back to around 6,500, that'd be great, and then take a journey up. I think this is going to start a long-term trend moving forward. Next, basically, if we look at the Paris market, it's not even above the cloud, so it's weak compared to the German. But of course, it's making its move to a major resistance level. It too is very, very overextended, so definitely needs a pullback level. We could just say this is a pullback level. You want it to be around to 33.24, possibly moving forward. But definitely, this is weaker compared to the German. London market has been stronger than German and all that. It's basically sitting there at a major consolidation pattern right now. 6,000 is going to be a major, major resistance that the UK market has to break through in order to move forward. 57.50 roughly is basically major support for that. If you come down here to Stockholm, let's go look at Stockholm. Is bullish trading right now. It's at a major resistance level right now. About 1,050 is basically going to be a support level moving forward as far as Stockholm is concerned. Let's go look at Israel. Israel, look here, is bearish trending still. Remember that was on, I think that was over here. There was in the lower time frames here. Let's keep on scrolling up. Remember seeing Israel here. There we go. That was a daily sell for Israel here, daily and weekly. So this is definitely an opportunity to start looking to go down, but it's a major, major support is coming up. So be very careful. Make sure your reward risk values are good there to enter the trade. But this definitely was a multiple time frame sell for both daily and weekly going forward. If you look forward, let's go see what else we have here. Let's go to South Africa. If you go look at South Africa right now, It's bullish trending right now. This is starting to set up to go long. Definitely would keep an eye on this one right now. However, it needs a little pullback and then ability to sit there and break 7250 as far as this ETF is concerned for MSCI. So we definitely need to keep an eye on that one moving forward. Turkey. Look at Turkey is really not doing anything. It's at a major resistance level right now and just consolidating, so it's not even worth talking about. Russia, it's been going upwards for a long time. Again, it needs a correction just like every other global market out there. So we just need to be patient and wait for the opportunities to come instead of rushing into them right now. Let's go over to Asia. If you look at Asia, basically Shanghai market, it got to this major resistance level right now. It's kind of hanging out. It's going to be interesting to see what happens there. It definitely needs to sit there and get a pullback level. If it could sit there and pull back to about 23.32, roughly around there, and hold, and then make an attempt to break 2500, this thing can have a possibility of maybe coming out from being bearish and start a possibility of it turning into bullish. Hong Kong, really not going anything going on right now. You had a major resistance level there. It too needs to pull back. 20,000 would be the ideal scenario, but we gotta wait and see what happens when it does that and when it does that. Nikkei market, upward push. It's just, excuse me, it's just consolidating, really doing nothing at all. So it's not even worth talking about there. The Bombay Sensex market. It got to a major resistance level. If you look at it, it's just consolidating. It's pulling back right now. Major support level is going to be around 17,100. At that level, it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. If it could hold, then it's going to be really good moving forward. If it can't, then this thing's going to tank and go down below 16,000 again going forward. Sydney market, if you look here, just consolidating, really not doing anything at all. Let's go over to Americas. Mexico is slowly starting to move up. It's getting close to its major resistance level of 39,000. If you could break that, this thing's definitely going to keep on going higher. If you look at currencies, Mexico is being very strong to the US dollar, so this thing is making a move where it could get stronger and stronger. Sao Paulo, Brazil, this thing's moving up. It's past 60,000, and it's getting to a major resistance level of 68,000. At that point, it'd be interesting to see what happens there. TSX Canada, really nothing going on there. It's boring stock, so we're just going to keep on moving on. And then lastly, we got Colombia. It's at a major resistance level right now in the consolidation pattern, so that'll be interesting to see what happens. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the US. We're going to start looking at Dow futures first. Actually, let's go look at the NASDAQ because that's broken through its resistance level for a while. And now let's go look at that first because that's kind of like the leading one. Remember, on the daily time frame, basically is to your left, and the weekly is basically to your right. There's no history of here for the NASDAQ futures at all, so this is it right now. And we're way overextended, you could tell, here for the weekly and also from the daily. So this definitely needs a correction. It's just going to be a matter of when it happens and how hard it happens. This thing's gone up. It's such a big, fast pace that when this thing goes down, be very careful. And believe it or not, I feel like this is going to be in the next 15 days, something's going to really turn over. So I definitely would sit there and say, tighten up your stops. If you're in any of the global markets, bullish. If you're not in it, don't get in it right now because it's a dangerous time to enter. Wait for a correction. Dow futures, you could see here that we bought. When we went past this resistance level, we haven't gotten too far at all. We're kind of getting bouncing very close there, and you can see from the daily time frame we're kind of getting top heavy now, but we got to definitely break through 12,759 before we could think about anything at all. That's Dow. Let's go like the E-mini, which has been the weakest of all of them. Still strong, but weakest of all of them. And if you look, we're at a major resistance level right now, which is at 1375. We bounced off a little. This daily is still very strong moving forward, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But we are top heavy there and overextended as far as that is concerned too. Russell futures, nothing really going on there. Didn't really kickstart to the major resistance levels. Kind of just failed there and pulled back. Okay. Now one thing we're going to go do different is we're going to go to ichimokutrade.com And what you're going to do here is we're going to look at these statistics. This is basically daily statistics here and weekly statistics on the bottom. And what this does is shows you everything that's breaking out of the cloud, which is changing sediments. And if you look right now, there's 444 stocks out of 7,500 stocks that basically turned bearish on a daily time frame Friday, and basically turned bullish 336 daily on a daily time frame on Friday. So more stocks turn bearish than bullish, but the thing I like to look at most is here, which is a weekly outlook, and you could see that the bearish momentum, there were still 475 instruments that were bearish on a weekly time frame that converted from being neutral or bullish to bearish, compared to 164. So there's a gap there still. So even though the markets are going up, individual stocks, or 7,500 of them that this looks at, is still showing that there's more bearish momentum where things are coming out of the cloud, changing sentiments from neutral to being bearish a lot more than the bullish side. I hope you're good with everything. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask us. Thank you.